This is Lara, and that is making your day with part 5 of a book I wrote on the destiny of the Filipino people. Subject, economic development. The national leader announces the reimposition of import and exchange controls. The Opus Dei protests, saying that it will bring back time of corruption in the 1950s. The leader replies, the BIR and the customs are corrupt too. Are you proposing that we stop collecting taxes and duties too? Corruption was never the problem. Corruption exists in every country like Korea and Hong Kong, even in the advanced and progressive countries like Japan and China, in the United States during the time of the Reconstruction after the Civil War, in the England during the time of the Industrial Revolution and the British Empire. The big problem has always been treason, not corruption. Leaders of other nations may also be corrupt, but they are nationalistic. They love no other country but their own. In our country, even the most honest officials consider themselves citizens of the world, not of their own country. They are beholden to the World Trade Organization, the IMF, and the USA. But don't worry, friends of the Opus Dei. As of today, corruption and economic sabotage, as well as whetting and drug trafficking, are capital crimes and will be dealt with severely, without mercy. With 3 exceptions. You, the Opus Dei, are immune from prosecution because we need you as the worst examples that Filipinos could ever be. More about this after these messages. This is Lara Henares making your day with part 5 of a book I wrote on the destiny of the Filipino people. Subject, economic development. So, the nationalist leader in a speech would say, look at all the nations of the world. Agricultural nations are poor. Industrial nations are rich. Not only are they industrialized, but they have the most advanced agriculture, like the United States and Europe. Our national policy is to industrialize as fast and fully as possible, and in doing so, modernize our agriculture. The agrarian reform is a failure because it impoverished the landowner while enriching the racketeering bureaucrats, while keeping the farmers unproductive by exposing them to foreign competition. From here on, we shall reimburse the landowners with payments equivalent to 1.5 times the value of their land, payable in financial credits they can only use to invest in industry. We will forbid any importation of farm products. No more oranges and apples from China and California. No more imports of rice. No food imports. If our farmers cannot supply the food we eat, then we deserve to starve. TV reports record breaking harvests and abundance of food, like they did during the Japanese occupation. Flour manufacturers being interviewed say that they are using cassava flour instead of wheat. And if they want wheat, they're allowed to barter rice, which is more expensive, with wheat, which is cheap, as China often does. Mahatma Gandhi once advised his fellow Asians, reduce your wants and supply your needs. Your needs make you vulnerable enough without the added weights of unneeded wants. Why should the rich use our precious dollars to bring in luxuries for their enjoyment? Expensive cars, expensive clothes, and household fixtures. From here on, we will use the dollars we earn through the sacrifices of our poor overseas workers only to import machineries and raw materials for factories that put people to work. We are 103 million poor and idle people. It is a shame that in a period of great unemployment, we cannot even collect our garbage or fix our roads or man our libraries and museums. An unemployed person produces nothing and is a drain on our resources. He is being supported by those who are gainfully employed. Put to work, he produces something and costs us less. We need to produce for each other. The unemployed shoemaker makes shoes and exchanges them for clothes made by the unemployed textile worker, and for shelter built by unemployed carpenters. That way we produce for each other's needs and make work for each other without the competition of foreigners, because we shall forbid the importation of anything we already produce for ourselves. We need to produce our own capital goods and factory equipment. We have 103 million poor and idle people. Put them to work and we shall have industrial enterprises geared for a huge internal market like China had. Like China, we shall welcome all foreign investments who will help us in our industrialization and reject those who will exploit our people, waste our resources, and ravage our environment. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares, making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.